Hi everybody, my name is Francesco De Serra. I'm Principal Architect of FrankFranco Architects, and I'm here to tell you how we designed this wonderful home for a client of mine, an art collector, art dealer. When designing a home for an art dealer, art collector, and an art collection, some very unique things come into play. How we control the light, what we look at in terms of walls, the placement of walls, the rooms, the spaces, how they all interact with one another, and allowing you to view the art and enjoy the home as a home. Let's talk about the front door. One of the first things we talked about was this approach to the front door, and you gave me this beautiful sculpture to work with, and tell me about it.
The idea of having something on the door, and which represents the three dragons represent my three children, and the other side represents my three grandchildren.
So art is not necessarily something you acquire because it exists. You can actually give direction.
You can, yes. There's a lot of commission work, like where people say they want something specific, and depending on the artist, he will come up with a drawing and then create something for them.
We come into the house and you have a curated selection of pieces here. I'm assuming, I don't know if they're the same artist or...
No, it's a mix of different artists. They're all Aboriginal artists. You've got whalebone, marble, soapstone, bronze. You've got, and they're all different artists.
Yeah, it was something, I think, you took a lot of control here. I remember in the spaces, the volumes, you're very kind of prescriptive.
Yeah, I was already thinking of what pieces would go in those spaces.
And one of the things you set out very early with me is because I know you deal with art and you had your gallery. You said, like, I'm gonna bring my gallery to my residence.
Yes. And
one of the things we discussed and actually did was the entire lower level is a full gallery. It's not common for most people to have a full gallery in their house, but it's a pretty special place.
It starts off by when you have to bring sculptures home. It starts off in them coming into the garage, and we put an elevator in that takes the sculptures down, because some of these weigh 200, 300, 400 pounds. And the layout, at the end of the day, with the polished concrete floors, the plain walls, and the lighting, it looks like a gallery in the city.
So we know art. We know this tale of coming in the front door, the display wall. Those were the first kind of indicators and directions you gave me. But how about the living side of things? We had to engage not only the artwork but also accommodate the day-to-day living of the home. So this plan, how does it facilitate that?
Well, wherever you walk through the house, if there's a wall, there's a piece of art. The accommodation was very well thought out. I would say not overdoing it, very simple. It's the only place where you have, say, more than one piece on a wall is the famous wall and the sculpture wall. Everywhere else, it's an individual piece, and it's not overdone.
One of the defining attributes of the plan of this house is that it's flanked front and rear with a courtyard in the center. It invites everybody to the center of the home. So you enter in the center, you exit in the center to the rear. It's a very focused plan. And you have this wall here with these are prized possessions?
Well, prized, there's famous artists there. I call it the famous wall, which I have a Picasso, a Dali, a couple of Henry Moores, a Miro, a Degas. So I think that's why it's called the famous wall.
Yeah, it's a pretty famous wall. I remember studying some of these artists in art class.
Art history, yes.
In art history, and I think it was high school. And it's always wonderful they're in your house. But like not every home, and I want to kind of talk to you about this a little bit because I think it's important for people to understand that art in a home, it doesn't necessarily have to be of a certain echelon. To a certain point, I understand that it breathes life into the house on a creative basis. It allows you to kind of be inspired by others.
Yes.
Right, which is what I gather from when I see art in a home.
It's I'm not telling people to go out there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they should have some kind of passion and have something on the wall, because like you said, it's like culture.
Yeah.
Like they're giving their children some culture.
Myself, sometimes I look for architectural inspiration. I didn't have to go far in this particular project. I had to take some time and really look at some of the sculptures that my client had. And when you focus in on his broadest pieces, which is Abraham's, like he sees things in stone that are not visible. They're not there for the average person. And, as an architect, sometimes I see things in spaces that others don't see. And how do you transform that? How do you bring that into a space? You do that by not doing too much. Let the pieces do the work. Step back. Allow the pieces to breathe. Throughout the process, the design, the creation and the construction of this home, I gained a new appreciation for the sculptures that Lou collects and deals. He's turned me into a collector myself, to be honest. But there's a passion there that comes out. There's a passion in this home that's visible with this client. And I'd like to think that I brought the same passion when it came to designing it.